And what do you go out and get? You go out and get a dog. And Marcus Morris, who, by the way, was averaging 19.6 points for the Knicks, shooting 43.9% from three-point range. So you got another three-point shooter who can also guard on the interior, who's an extra body big enough at 6'8", 6'9", about 240, 250. We know what him and his brother did to the dude that messed with their mama. You know, these are rough riders here. You understand? And by the way, that is not an insult. I applaud both of them. I got love for both of those brothers because of that. But let's understand, these brothers are rough riders. And so when you got it like that, plus you can shoot the three, plus you add it to the Clippers, and the Lakers did nothing before the trading deadline. I held out hope, Max, that they were going to at least get Collison. Because obviously when LeBron James is in the game, the offense is elite because the pick and roll, he's a threat with the ball, and Vogel runs his offense. But without LeBron James on the floor, they have no guard to run their offense in pick and roll situations with Anthony Davis. How am I supposed to believe in them now? I'm worried, Max. I'm not saying they're going to lose. They can win. But the same confidence that I had, Max, is gone.
So wait, I want to get this. I want you on the record. Are you on their bandwagon or off? You picked the Lakers to start the year. You still picking them?
I plead the fifth.
Oh.
I plead the fifth, man. I plead the fifth.
Max,
I can't pick him right now. I can't pick him right now. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this man has perjured himself. You started the year. Hold up. I sat here before the year started when Kawhi Leonard, the best player in basketball, like the freak towers above the league. LeBron's doing amazing things, but when the games matter, Kawhi has their hearts, all of them. He snatches it. He stops them on defense. He scores on them on offense, and his team wins. I told you, wherever Kawhi goes, they win the chip. If he would have stayed in Toronto, hold up, Toronto right now is second in the East, brother. How would they be with Kawhi Leonard and they don't lose anything? They keep the team and add Kawhi. They'd be favored. He went to the Clippers. They're favored. Told you before the season. I'm not trying to hear your Patrick Beverley excuses after the fact, the coaching excuses, trade deadline excuses. Kawhi's going to win in the end because he's the best player in basketball. He's not the best player in basketball. Below the very best when it matters least, and he's a step ahead of everyone when it matters most. Look, Stephen A., before the season, I told you, that's a 48-win team. They're just dropping Paul George and Kawhi Leonard into a 48-win team, and they got Marcus Morris. Now, I agree with you about the dogs, but you knew that before the season started.
That's right.
If there's a non-defensive player who in the NBA you could say that's a dog, it's Lou Will. That dude, Lou Williams, even though he's not like known, he's an offensive player, but the way he plays offense is even like that. Patrick Beverley, now Marcus Morris to go with the superstars. Stephen A., Marcus Morris is not a shot blocker. They need shot blocking. It's not like the Clippers addressed what they really need. Ideally, because the Lakers have those trees, they got Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee giving you the best versions they could of themselves to go with Anthony Davis. That's not a good matchup for the Clippers. The Clippers could have used some interior help. That's not really Marcus Morris. He's about 6'8", doesn't block shots. No, it's not about they got what they needed at the deadline or kept what the Lakers needed away from them. It's that they have a really well-coached team. You said it, with dogs all over the place, led by Kawhi Leonard.
That's not it. First of all, I'm getting really sick and tired of the raving about Kawhi Leonard. I know he's a two-time NBA Finals MVP. He's a superstar, one of the top 5 players in the game. He's not the best. And oh, by the way, you know what? He wasn't around in the Finals for 5 years before he got to the Eastern Conference without LeBron James. So I don't want to hear all of that. And the lucky bounce against the Philadelphia 76ers. Don't get me started. But I'll give him credit where credit is due. Here's what you're missing about Morris, Max. And this is why I can't sit up there and look at the Lakers honestly like this anymore. Morris is an additional body to defend against LeBron.
Sure.
You're going to throw Beverly, the undersized Beverly, at him. You're going to throw Paul George at him. You're going to throw Kawhi Leonard at him. And now you're going to throw Morris at him. You got 4 different bodies that you could throw at the playmaker that is LeBron James. What's your secondary play? What's your backup plan, Lakers? What's your backup plan, Rob Pelinka? I don't believe they have one against the Clippers, which means that I got to sit up there and hope. I got one hope, Max. I got to hope that LeBron James turns back that clock in about 4 or 5 years. It's all I got.
It's
all I
about
got.
time you fess
It's all I got. No, but I didn't believe. I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel that way until they got Morris.
Oh, man, I love it. I knew these. Man, I got you. I got tape, brother. I was like, what's the excuse going to be? I wanted to know the excuse before the season started for when Kawhi got his third MVP with a third separate team in the finals. Yeah. Stephen A., let me ask you this, because the way I see the NBA, and I think it's largely the way you see it, and a lot of the younger people and a lot of the analytics guys, and I'm one of them sometimes, but a lot of them see it differently because the details totally matter. I get it, but the history of the league has been that the best player wins. The team, because by the time you get to a Game 7, especially if you have an extended series, Game 6, Game 7, that means the teams are more or less evenly matched. The reason Bill Russell, before Michael Jordan, had a great case as the greatest of all time is in 21 deciding games in his career, amateur and pro, his teams were 21-0. That tells you everything you need to know. So, like, you could say whatever you want, but Stephen A., you want LeBron to turn back the clock. And do you know why you want LeBron to turn back the clock? You want him to accept the challenge of a prime Kawhi Leonard. He didn't do it opening night. He didn't do it on Christmas. It ain't going to happen in the Western Conference Finals either, brother. I hate to break the news to you now, but I tried to break it to you before the season started.
I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel that way until 3 days ago.
I can't believe you got Stephen A. to plead the fifth. We'll see if we can do it again.
I'm holding out hope for the Lakers. I'm holding out. I'm holding out hope.
We're going to tackle this question. Which of these teams has the better shot to make the playoffs next season?